We as a people had been through some really hard times. The drought and the depression, and all of us were poor, but none of us knew that we were. Our families were not focused upon material things, like having the things that we wanted. It was sharing what we had with others. When we came to Manitoba, my parents became farmers, and that was an experience for me, which I did enjoy. I also went to a rural school for the first time in my life. Our neighbors had 2 sons named Ben and Fred Lewis. Almost immediately, I recognized Ben as someone very special because of his quiet ways, his intellect in school, his manners, and the respect he showed to others. As teenagers, we spent many hours playing games together, walking down a country road, he in his quiet way, and me a chatterbox. Then one day, in the spring of 1941, Ben announced to me that he was going to enlist in the RCAF. I remember so well begging him not to, but he was so comforting. He said that he was born in England and he owed it to his mom and dad to make this world a better place to live. After Manning Depot, Ben was sent to No. 2 Wireless School in Calgary, Alberta. It was there that he became homesick. He left base without leave and headed home. Of course, I didn't know this, so I went to a movie in Gladstone. When I came out of that theater, there was Ben standing there waiting for me. All my life I will remember his face and how secure it felt to be in his arms again. Then the RCMP picked him up and he had to go back to base for punishment. Our lives were a romance of letter writing. He wrote me every day and I wrote back. Then Ben was sent to bombing and gunnery school at McDonald, Manitoba, only 20 miles from our home. On May 2nd, 1942, Ben and I quietly married in Portage La Prairie, Manitoba. Every minute, every hour together became so precious. We knew life was uncertain, but we both refused to accept it. I worked in a general store in Gladstone while Ben was sent overseas to England. We both saved our money for when he would come home, and we continued to write each other every day, and both of us prayed daily that he would come home. One day there was a knock at my parents' door. I opened it to find a man standing there with a telegram in his hand. I shut the door in his face, refusing to take it. However, my mom stood up, opened the door, and took the telegram. I will never forget. It read, "We regret to inform you that your husband, Sergeant Albert Bennett Lewis, is reported missing June 21st and 22nd, 1943, over Krefeld, Germany. Suffering in life is really hard, and never mistake it. It is for real. It is hard to talk about and to experience because it leaves scars, deep scars. Time has a way of healing, even the deepest hurts. I thank God every day of my life for the life that He has given me, suffering and all. I am proud of Ben that he paid the highest price of us all. As it says in John 15 verse 13, greater love has no one than this, that one lay down his life for his friends.